Recently, Reka published a new model and it's available at Hugging Face. It's completely free and it's an Edge model. That means you could download it. So what we see when we get to Hugging Face, the link will be here or in the description. We have a little bit more information. We learned that it's a 7B multi-model and that you can download it, run it locally. You could also try it right away. So using the API, so you have a demo here and it'll open and you could try it right away, right there. So that's great. If you just have a look, it's a visionai model. You have all the API model if you're interested, and you could join our Discord also. But let's give it a try. So how can you run this model locally? Well, first we need to clone that Hugging Face repository. So you could go here and we have cloning the repository. And then you will be able to clone this repository here. So let's jump into my WSL environment. We'll show you that. I already cloned it. So cloning will just bring you to this folder. So now you could just cd into it and you will have all those files. Well, not all those files, because see, there's a lot of very big file on Hugging Face since it's hosting AI model and things like that. So there's a lot of pointers. So that's why you want to make sure you install a tool to get all those real file. To do that, you need to install git lfs. It's a tool, and I already did it, so I'll probably say I already have it, but that's fine. It's a tool that gives the opportunity to download those big files. So you install it, and then after that, you install it through Git. So again, I'll clear my screen to run here. So git lfs install, voila. And now you need to pull those big files. And that will take a little bit of time because it needs to download the big model image. And also it will download the video file and the JPEG that we have in the sample directory. Okay, once it's done, we have, if we look again, we have a file called example.python. To manage all the package required for this example.py, you will need to install UV. UV is an Astral package manager. It's super fast to download that. I already did it, so I will save this install on my side, but it's very simple to install. Okay, let's clean the screen. Another thing that we have, if we examine, if I list and I go to media, we can see that we have example here. So we have hamburger and we have many penguins as a movie. So we'll use that to show you how it works. Here is our hamburger that we'll be looking at. And let's look at this video about penguins. So, let's make it bigger. So there's multiple video images with penguins and map and ice and stuff like that. Great. So first we want to use UV, and then we'll run the script example and we'll pass the image, and I'm doing media and then hamburger, and then I'm passing a prompt. So I'm asking, what is this image? And now I can run it. Okay, so the answer is back. So this is a classic hamburger patty with sesame buns and a top with lettuce. So that was nice. That was an image. But what if you want to look at video? So this is a model and you need to have shorter video, about like 8-10 seconds max. So let's have a look. So again, we start with UV, then we want to run. We want to run the same file as before. Whoop, I'm in the wrong folder. Voila. So UV, run, example, and then I'm passing this time a video. and I will go with media and then many penguins, voila. And this time the prompt will be, what is this? So again, depending on your computer, it may take longer or faster. And voila, the response is back. So obviously it takes a little bit longer when it's a video compared to an image, but we have all the details available here about like the everything that was the description of the scenes and stuff like that. So we have our Penguins movie that was analyzed. That's pretty good. But if you're like me, that's great. But it seems like there's a lot of magic in that example.py file. So let's have a look. So open it in new Vim. Okay, so what do we have in this file? Well, we have, I think that's very interesting. And I love when people are doing that. So they have example on how you can call this script with different parameters and things like that. That's great. I love that. After that, a part that is really important because this will run locally on many different devices. So here, that section, it's really looking, hey, do we have those NVIDIA driver? Are we running on Mac device? Or, you know, I need to go and use the old-fashioned way with CPUs. Like, is there any GPUs available or default back to the CPUs? So here, the script is looking what kind of resource it can use to run the model. And then, where is it? So here we'll be loading the model. So all the model that you download previously will go in your memory. So that's why you need a lot of resources on your computer, because the bigger is the model, you know, the more resources will be taken. And here, that's what we most of the time use. You know, those messages when we chat with an AI, well, that's exactly the same thing here. So the message is prepared to be packaged. Obviously, we see an image or a video, but AI works with tokens. So this is where all those bits are converted to tokens so the model can analyze it. So the model will be looking at it, and then we'll get back some text because, you know, we prefer reading text instead of token. So here the conversion is way to put it in a way we can, as human, understand it, and it will be printed on screen. And now you're all set. You have a small script that you can run in a terminal to analyze images or short video. But don't forget, if your computer is not strong enough to run model locally, I suggest to watch this video to use our API. It's very simple, and you will always have visionai. See you in the next one.